welcome to the Barcata Podcast. We're here at the Oshkosh Food Co-op with Brenda and JD. How's it going, guys?
Awesome. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Yeah, I thought this was like a great opportunity for us to get together and kind of share like the new and exciting changes and stuff that are taking place here at the co-op. And I guess we can start with our new GM here, right? Yeah, JD.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So yeah, where were you before? Like before you came here to Oshkosh?
Not in the co-op world, actually.
Okay.
From previous, I have been in the restaurant and hospitality field for over 20 years.
Nice.
The last 15 years from a GM capacity or higher.
Okay.
So everything from corporate restaurants to privately owned.
Yeah.
And everything in between, really.
Nice. Very cool. I'd imagine that these hours can be a little bit, I don't know. I would think it's a little bit more enjoyable than kind of in that. Or can be.
The earlier days I am much more a fan of, so
Yeah.
it definitely helps.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
And one of the things I think that from a board perspective made JD such a great candidate as a potential GM and now GM is just the diversity of experience that you've had. On your resume, it was very much like, okay, restaurants and food service and concessions and kind of the whole bit of it. So that was, I think, one of the things that, are you finding that you're bringing those experiences here? Is that translating?
Very much so, especially with working with the team. Such a diverse background. We do have a full deli area, so that's right in my field of expertise. And then knowing that we're opening up the catering side of everything here. So it's definitely being able to bring some of my background into this has been helpful. And then also just working with the team and having fun. Every bit of it has been an exciting experience. So
Great.
That's awesome.
And then why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and give people,
Yes.
listeners, a background
Sure.
about you.
Well, we've worked together so much, I forgot I should introduce
Right?
myself.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marlo,
Yeah.
for the good prompt.
Yeah.
I'm Brenda Haynes, and I am currently the president of the board for the Oshkosh Food Co-op, an elected position. I have been with the project since almost the beginning when Bridget Weber, who was a college student at UW Oshkosh, got the idea, 10-ish years ago.
Yeah.
To ask the question, could we start a food co-op in Oshkosh? She brought together a group of community folks to sort of try to answer that question, and I was one of the people that made her list, and I was intrigued by the idea and the project, and so here we are now sitting in an open store.
Yeah. That's awesome. So so it started off as just as a school project at the university, or?
It was actually a conversation between Bridget and one of her professors, Paul Van
Okay.
Auken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Paul.
and Paul, she was studying sustainability, and somehow the conversation of why doesn't Oshkosh have a food co-op came up, and would it be beneficial here? And I think Paul may have said to Bridget, you could do something about that. And now I think there are a lot of people who may have heard something like that and said yes, and then gone on with their lives. But Bridget actually pulled together a group of people to start talking about the concept. So we really owe the co-op's founding to her vision and drive. She not only brought that group together, but actually served as the first president of the board.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So yeah, I guess how long have you been now the GM here?
1 month.
1 month already?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Time flies, right?
Didn't even realize until I was sitting down with two of my managers yesterday, and we were having the conversation on what the actual date was and planning out the rest of the week and stuff, and then realized, it's been actually a month already.
Yeah, it's funny when you actually do have those conversations, you're like, oh man, that's great. Like, if people haven't been here since you've been here, there have been a lot of cool changes I've seen, just walking up and down the aisles and stuff. I think a lot more things are, accessible and approachable to people and stuff, so I think that's great. I think all the changes that you've been implementing are awesome.
Well, I love hearing that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I can't take
sure.
all the credit for that. That's definitely been a huge focus with the board and helping and getting in here to try and see what we can do to get the spirit up and getting people excited about everything.
Yeah.
The dog patio and stuff that we've been able to do, I think that's a lot of fun that not enough people know about. And a new change with summer, being able to come out here and eat and then bring your dog and enjoy it, I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. definitely.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, there have been kind of a series of things that, we're just trying to hear what people are saying, and shoppers and member owners, and understand what are the things that people want to see happen here in the store. That's maybe the difference, the biggest difference between being a locally owned store. I mean, the co-op is community owned, so about 1,900 people within the community own this store together. You're an owner, I'm an owner, right? So being able to listen to the community and hear what people are asking us to do as a store, and then respond. And that's some of the work that's been underway. So one of the things that we heard was, can you make sure that your product range is accessible across the community? So there's been a lot of work done over the last 6 months to switch things up. I mean, the entire store was kind of flipped, and products moved around, and more new products introduced, products that are affordable placed in more visible spots. So there's some good things that happen there. I think you just referenced the revamp of the patio. Ryan and the team from the Oshkosh Area Community Pantry came in and painted up our flower boxes and got
nice.
it all ready for spring. They're planted, they're beautiful. And Musa Metal Products just donated a new bike rack for out there.
Awesome.
That was a request that came in from one of our member owners, Nancy. She wrote and said, we're often biking from Bare Bones to Fifth Ward, and you guys are a great stop for a sandwich along the way. And so could you get a bike rack that would sit kind of out by the patio? There are racks at the end of the building, the south end of the building, but just something to sit out here. And so we were able to do that. That's just one more example. So member owners have had a good hand, and shoppers in helping evolve, learn and evolve the store.
Yeah, I think that's a really big, important piece. I think just for any business, really, it's just the feedback, because without that feedback, we don't know how to adjust or make the changes that would make the store viable, or
Yeah.
And seeing some the threads and stuff on Facebook was kind of I guess you could say a little eye-opening, because maybe we weren't necessarily understanding what they were thinking about, shopping here initially, or,
And I think the thing that I saw as I was looking at that was, I think I saw a little bit of a shift. There was Anjani Mehta posted on one of the support local Oshkosh Facebook groups and had a really great thread about the importance of the store and supporting the store, and lots of popcorn feedback back and forth. I mean, I love that kind of conversation. You need that kind of conversation to be going. And initially, there was some feedback oh, I went once and it was expensive, or oh, I went once and they didn't have my products. And I think what we saw this now that was emerging was co-op, other co-op shoppers were starting to share their experience. Actually, I found that, the produce is really well priced and it's competitive. I can get what I get here, or I can, it's very competitively priced. And so people were sharing other experiences that I'm hoping what happens as a result of that is that people decide, I'm willing to come back and give it another chance. Even if I visited, last summer and I didn't find some, the exact product that I wanted, maybe I'll come back and take another look.
Well, and even on that, taking price even to the side, just the amount of local vendors and produce and everything that we have in here, it's been one of our biggest focus. You can go to the farmer's market right now, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get as much localized stuff as what you're getting here. We have fresh tomatoes that are vine ripened and already in store that are right here from Ledgeview. So that's a big deal for people coming in. It's one of the first things they see, and then being able to say, hey, this is affordable, this is something that I can get. It's as fresh as it's going to be. It's going to last a lot longer than anywhere else. And then just knowing when you take it home, there is nothing like slicing into a brand new tomato that is right from the vine and then eating that, even if it's just that on toast. It is so delicious, and there's just nothing that can compare to that for anywhere else around here.
I want to give a +1 to the English cucumbers from Ledgeview. They taste fantastic, and we've all had sort of those cucumbers that don't taste fantastic. So to say a cucumber tastes fantastic is awesome. I do think the local piece is huge, and it's summer. We love our farmers market. It's amazing. They've been huge supporters, and if there are pieces or things that people can't this is a great second stop when you're already downtown or you're already in the central city. So I think that's another reason. Or if you happen to be out of town and you miss the market, this is a great alternative. So
Definitely. And speaking of local, like the prepared foods area features a lot of that, right?
Very much so. Local bakeries. You can go from anything from wanting breakfast to getting a sandwich here that's made fresh, from bread that's made right here in the Oshkosh area, to all of your local produce that we're using on that. And then if you want like an afternoon or late night snack, that's all here as well. And it's all from the same type of bucket. And you can't get that anywhere else.
Oh,
you
for
can
sure.
go to a different grocery store in the area, but you have no idea where that product's coming from. And it's nice knowing that this is staying in the community. Those dollars are staying in the community. And it's really what the co-op's all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
those Sweet Jules she had a new product that she was sampling at the annual meeting. It's
The
like
strawberry lemonade cake
oh my gosh, those were delightful. And those are in the
in the freezer.
freezer aisle now. So yeah, that's my new recommendation for you
Okay.
if you haven't yet tried it. Strawberry lemonade cake.
She also has a schmore type little pastry that she put together that you can get in the freezer section. Think of enjoying a campfire without actually having to have the smoke and stuff in your face. It's
Sure.
perfect.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, like, you must have learned a lot just by being here just a month.
I have. Business is the same. You can go to any area of hospitality, and the books are all going to very much be the same. But the amount of joy that the employees have working here, there's nothing that compares. And every day I'm learning something new about the team, about the customers, the whole base of what makes the co-op. And it's a great feeling because that's exactly what I came on board for.
Nice. So transition and everything and has been good.
Very much so.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, there really isn't much that I could ask for more. The board is more than supportive, which having that, because I came into this knowing that this is going to be a new field for me, but there's elements of what I like, and my passion is definitely behind this, but having a supportive board has been very helpful with that.
Yeah. So what are you most excited for, like looking forward or moving forward? Yeah.
Well, I love people. The whole team knows that, and that's the great thing that we're all fostering together, is that having the interaction with the customers is the best part for this, and being able to educate and teach them. So Brenda knows this. I'm a huge foodie, and anytime I get to talk about food and health and nutrition, like that's right up my alley. So being able to share that with new classes and stuff, whether it's from children or adults or however we do it, getting out into the community, I am super excited for that.
Great. Awesome.
And I think some of the ways that we're working to make the store even more people-filled is that we just opened the community room, which is about a 900 square foot space at the southeast end of the building. I had to do the math there. And it's perfect for small groups up to, if you wanted to do like standing room only kind of packed environment, about 130 is what the fire code says you can have in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's great for like meeting space, where maybe you want to be, it's bright, it's light filled, it's quiet. So a great space. And I think a good opportunity for smaller meetings where maybe you don't need, the full, a giant meeting space we have lots of amazing meeting spaces here, but not a ton of smaller scale. So I'm hoping this will help folks out. So
For sure. So if someone were to request, pricing or like wanted to rent it out, like would they contact you or?
They can directly. On our website, though, we have all that information all laid out. So there's an entire form you can go through, whether you're a member, not a member, nonprofit organization, or for-profit business. It's all broken down. And the other nice thing is we have the deli right here. So we're working on an actual catering menu that you can purchase product to
That's
have
awesome.
it in
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
if you say you want to do a small birthday party, whatever you want to do, we can do it all in-house. And you get to use the local vendors for all of that, and then our deli area. So.
And I know a lot of organizations, a lot of companies are really looking at their sort of corporate social responsibility, environmental, social governance kind of work and asking, what are the things that we can do? And this is a way that this is another way that as a business you can support and buy local, which has a smaller environmental footprint. So I think there's lots of reasons for people to look at this as an option, as a different kind of option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great space. I saw some of the pictures from the last meeting, and then I was talking to someone. I unfortunately couldn't make it, but I was like, "Oh, is it going to be at the convention center?" Like, no, it's going to be in the community room. I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, we have a space now. We'll have to give you a tour at the end.
Yeah,
Give you the sneak peek.
For sure. Is there anything else that you guys want to touch base on in terms of kind of letting the community know about like the presence here?
Yeah, well, this month, June 1st, we actually launched the Food for All program, which has been an initiative by the board and the co-op for quite some time, trying to get it up and running. Our roundup at the register, I'll get to Food for All in a second, but exciting news of that alone raised over $10,000. We did that announcement this week, and
Nice.
It goes for the Food for All program, which is giving an affordability option to those who are of the lower income,
Okay.
where they're able to come in, be for the year a member without having to pay the $180 fee. Instead, it would be typically a $10 stipend that they would have to, but right now, because of board support and everyone else, that's being waived for the first 100 people. So being able
Wow.
to come in here, get
That's
a 10%
wonderful.
discount, it's exactly what's fitting our mission of trying to get back into the community and helping those in need.
That's great.
Yeah, and so 10% discount on every shop. This isn't a one-time thing. This is on every shop. And it just starts with filling out a form, and that's just enrolling in the program. And it's on most products. I think the only exceptions are Co-op Basic sale items, dairy milk, and alcohol, and
Okay.
that's just due to some regulatory things. So we think that this is a great way, and I guess I'd ask your listeners to help us spread the word. If you know someone who if you or someone you know might benefit from being enrolled in Food for All, we have a page up on the website that explains how it works. And we've got brochures here in the store. They're also going to be available at other Oshkosh locations where people get assistance. So we're trying to get the word out about the program. So if your listeners and viewers can help us do that, that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So is that at any one point, will that like reset? Like I see the number up there and everything like that. I mean, like, are we going to start the build up again?
Well, Food for All will continue, or excuse me, Roundup at the Register will continue.
So it'll like continually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way that works is for people who may not know, if you buy something and it's $3.70, you can round up to $4. So it's kind of like tossing your spare change in the jar, but this is virtual. So people who have given their spare change over the last 10 months since we've opened have contributed $10,000 to help people who are earning up to 200% of the federal poverty level get that discount at the register. So that's how those funds will be redirected. So it's a pretty cool thing that, 20, 30 cents at a time, we've been able to collectively raise this amount of money, and hopefully we'll be able to help a number of folks make groceries more affordable. I mean, one of the news headlines that we've all seen probably over the last couple of weeks is just how much the cost of food has risen over the last year. I'm guessing you see that as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think the last data that I saw was nationally it's up over 10% over a 12-month period. So this helps. Hopefully this discount will help people who maybe are feeling that pinch the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
In May alone, they just released those numbers this morning. It was 8.6% that they were putting on from this point from last year in May going into it, and that's taking mostly out the gas increase, but everything else on inflation on food,
Yeah.
and that's crazy to think about.
Yeah. So this is just one way that we're hoping to help, folks who may be feeling the pinch the most.
Yeah.
Feel that they have an alternative.
Yeah, it's proof that every little bit goes a long way. I mean, $10,000 just from doing that's awesome.
Right? It's kind of mind-blowing that just everybody kind of doing a little bit here and there, literally pennies sometimes.
Yeah.
I've rounded up from $3.99 to $4.
Well, and customers coming in, they don't, majority of them that we're actually seeing aren't necessarily the members that are always rounding up. It's even any person that's coming in, because we ask every single person just to be like, do you want to round up for this program? And thankfully, most have. And it's exciting and encouraging to see that everyone wants this place to succeed so much and be able to help out those who are in need. And it's incredible to see.
Yeah.
And Food for All has also had some other supporters, and I'd be remiss, I guess, if we didn't talk about that, because I think it's to the point that you were just making, the support has come from across the community. So a Cut Above fund of the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation, Oshkosh Rotary Club Foundation, Oshkosh Rotary Club Southwest from their club, Menasha Corporation Foundation, and the Oshkosh Area United Way have all contributed to help us get up and running with the Food for All program to help offset that cost for low-income individuals or people who are earning up to 200% of the federal poverty level.
That's wonderful. I mean, there's a mission that we have, right? Like,
Yeah.
Just we're a community-owned establishment, and we want to give back, right?
Exactly. And I think one of the reasons this store was located here in the central city was that we recognized this is a USDA designated food desert. There are individuals and families within this immediate neighborhood who didn't have easy access to fresh, healthy food. If you lack adequate transportation, it can be tricky to get fresh, healthy food. So locating here was very intentional. Now this kind of programming is the next step that we can take toward ensuring that people can access food.
Yeah. And speaking of location, as being part of like the site selection too, we thought like this was a great opportunity to have this be like a cornerstone and like to bridge the gap between like the university and Main Street, right, and downtown and stuff. And there's lots of cool different developments going on. Merge, right? They're almost done with their second building, right?
Yeah, Maxon Corners, the construction is well underway, and that's going to be another, I forget the total.
I don't, it's quite a big number.
Yeah,
it's bigger than this building, though, right?
It is larger than this building,
Yeah.
yes. So that project is underway. I understand that third Morgan Crossing building is going to be built. I think that just got approval by the city.
Oh.
And then we're seeing across the way a little gas station that had been sort of underutilized maybe the last couple of years, or actually I think maybe longer than that, is now getting a brand as a Shell station. So there's like some development that's starting to happen, and the co-op isn't taking credit for all of that, of course. I want to make that clear. Lots of developers and other people working on that, but I think having an amenity like the co-op, somewhere that you can stop and grab a gallon of milk on your way home, or somewhere you can stop and grab a loaf of bread if you need, or dinner or something, makes the central city an even more attractive place to live, do business, etc. Visit.
Have we had any boaters come and shop here yet?
That is a great question. We don't ask, how did you get to the store? Did you arrive by bike or by boat or by car?
That'd be kind of fun.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just throw that out there on social media or something.
That is good. I know. I have had some folks jokingly ask if we would do curbside delivery, but down to the slips, just down at the end of the block. I think that is one of the great things about the location, though, as well. Like, we've got, if you haven't been here, right, we've got amazing parking. Like, there's always a parking space available. We now have a new bike rack on that side. There are bike racks on the other side. We're close to the bus station. So for people who may need to take public transportation to get here, it's close. And for others who are boating, we're just a block from the river. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of accessibility with the bridge, has that been a challenge? I saw the email go out and, letting members and subscribers know about like how to get here and stuff. That's kind of been an interesting discussion too with a couple other businesses nearby and stuff.
It has had a hindrance.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, which we're all aware of, and that's why we wanted to communicate it out to our member base, just to make sure that if they are planning to come, that they're coming here, because we're still open, we're still trying to get everything going, and it's unfortunate that it's happening, but hopefully everyone will understand that there's still ways to get here.
Yeah.
Easy ways to get here, actually. Yeah, because chances are you're passing by as you're headed into the central city or out to either the university or points, beyond. I think the timing is unfortunate, but we're hoping that between this that the state can come up with a solution quickly, and the engineers can get I'm from what I understand and have read, I don't know this personally, can get a new part manufactured and get it operational again. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the message from member owners was really like, we own this store together. Now's the time. Like, we need you more than ever to be loyal shoppers and to make this a part of your weekly shopping. So that's really the ask.
Yeah, really, like, when I was reading some of the numbers that were thrown out there, that, what was it, 20% of members and stuff were actively shopping. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, on a weekly basis. So there's a lot of potential to increase that number. And it's probably conversations one-on-one with people. We all know a couple other member owners, so it's probably just having a conversation and asking them, like, hey, have you been in lately? You want to shop with me this weekend?
Yeah.
Like, let's go grab lunch on the patio. Let's, ride our bikes down and or let's head down and see what's new, check it out. Sampling is something else that's happening here at the store. So for people who maybe are like, oh, but you don't have all my favorite brands, there's a regular kind of sampling program. Maybe you want to talk about that?
Yep, Sampling Saturdays. It's actually this Saturday, if you are around, to come in and see some of our new local vendors that are showcasing their product. But it's true. It's trying to get the buzz out and getting people excited to try new things. So it may not be a brand that you're familiar with, but
Sure.
Everyone's grocery shopping. Come in, try something new, have fun with it, and then just try and build habit out of coming here, which is another reason why we've been so communicative to our member base, of letting them know, yes, the bridge is going on, there's things that are going on in the area, but if you make it a habit to come here, everyone's grocery shopping, you need groceries, do it here.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, I know there are people who absolutely love, at some of the warehouse stores where they will do sampling. Like, people love that. This is your chance to do that, but from a local perspective. So
Yeah. So speaking of, like, membership, like, obviously we want to continue to build that and grow that. So how do people go about signing up? Can they do it in store, or is it done online, or?
yeah, great question. The easiest, there's options. There's an easy form online. You can purchase so membership has kind of four forms.
Okay.
You can purchase a full membership for $180. You can purchase a membership but make payments over an 18-month period, so that's $11 a month. You can gift a membership, so memberships make great gifts. One of my friends was just gifting one to her niece, and I thought that was really cool for her birthday. And then a fourth option now is the Food for All membership. So there's 4 different membership levels that you can do, and certainly you can do them online or visit the store.
Way more fun to do it in person, because then we can give you a tour and you can see what we're all about.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you know what our count is right now?
I believe it is 1894 or 1895. Do I have it right?
1894.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just 6 away. Somebody's going to get that sexy 1900 number. I always
Ooh.
think those even numbers are kind of fun. So yeah. So there's a new one that's coming up.
Yeah. So if you're listening, watching,
Right. This could be yours.
get on board, sign up.
And there's benefits to being a member owner. I mean, I think that's one of the things that sometimes, we talk about membership, but we don't always talk about why. I mean, certainly being an owner of the store, I think there's like a little bit of hopefully a point of pride, like I'm helping make this project happen in Oshkosh. But there's tangible benefits as well. So a few times a year we have member owner days where member owners get a discount on their purchase. So those tend to be really fun, and there's kind of fun games and giveaways and other things that happen in the store. during those days. So that's another example. So just there's benefits, tangible benefits to being a member owner as well. We invite you to our annual meeting and send you regular communications on what's happening with the store, really trying to build a community of support.
Yeah. And I think it's important for people too, and you know, it's incorporated in our logo that, you know, everyone's welcome, right?
Exactly. And I think there's a genuine desire to ensure that people feel a sense of belonging here. Like, it really is the community's grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and even on that, going back to the employees of the co-op, everyone is so excited to work here. You come in as a guest, whether you're a member or non-member, and you're going to be talking to the employees because they're excited to show you what it's about. And you don't get that feeling anywhere else, and that's what makes it feel like you are really part of the community here.
Mm-hmm. And I will say they have great advice, right? So if you're like, I'm looking for XYZ, I need to bring a bottle of wine, or I need to find some cheese, or I need, people here love to talk about food and products, and so it's a great shopping experience.
And you'll find some new cool things here that you're not going to see in a lot of other stores, especially if you have a dietary restriction. Gluten-free is a big one. We have so many different options that you're not going to find. And the other cool thing is the local vendor aspect of it, being able to showcase them and know that if you truly are gluten-free, you have that as an issue, you can come here, feel safe, and know that you're going to get products that's going to help keep you safe, nutritious, and excited about what you're actually eating.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great point. And the other thing about the local side of it is it changes up because it's very driven by what's literally coming fresh out of the field right now. So it's not always the same selection, and that makes it. If you have a little bit of an adventurer in you, you like to have a little bit of thrill of the hunt when you're in the grocery store. I think it's kind of fun. I remember late last summer, there were some fruits and vegetables that I hadn't tried before, and I'm like absolutely fell in love with. So, find the things that are new and fresh and check them out.
Mm-hmm. My kids love going shopping here, and they usually grab like a sticker and stuff in the entrance, and they're allowed to have a piece of fruit too. One should be one, but
I came in one day and mom was bringing her little one in, and the little one was really just crying and crying and crying, and I felt so bad. And one of the team members here walked up and said, "Would you like a piece of fruit?" And I think it was a banana, I don't remember. And the little one's sort of eyes got wide and the crying stopped, and the little one ate the fruit and settled into the cart and was then like smiling and happy. And I think everyone, mom's stress level probably went down. So the Co-op Explorers program, which gives kids a free piece of fruit on their visit, is a great way to introduce kids to healthy food options. But it's also, and I think it can also help improve parents' shopping experiences.
Yeah, gives them something to do.
Well, there's a little activity book, little scavenger hunt. So
yeah.
And the events and stuff that we're trying to bring here, which sadly over COVID, the first year we weren't able to do as much, but now that the weather's decent outside and bringing that in and knowing that our events aren't just for adults, we have a lot of fun things for kids is fun. We just had our annual meeting, and while the parents were all, kind of discussing and figuring out what's going on at the co-op, the kids were able to come out right actually where we're sitting to do coloring activities and stuff. So that was fun. Our Pups on the Patio event that we're doing once every single month, which is benefiting a local shelter, they're bringing out puppies so that way kids can come and play with them and have fun and learn and get educated. And that's what this is all about.
That's super fun. Is that always going to fall like on the same day, or?
Yeah, it's once a month. If you haven't already, we do give out our flyers for what's going on in the month every time that you come through the checkout lane.
That's very helpful.
So
by the way.
It lists all of that on there, and it's just exciting because you can come enjoy the patio with the pups on the patio, grab a snack and eat it out there, just have fun for the day, and then enjoy the co-op while you're here.
Definitely.
And that first day that we had Pups on the Patio, the skies were a little gray and cloudy, and I thought, ooh, I'd don't know, will anyone come? And I walked in, and there were 3 or 4 kids sitting in with the puppies. I mean, their faces were so happy, and the puppies looked like they were loving life. So it was, and the people who came in that day, I mean, Carmen from New Possibilities said more than 70 adults plus kids. So it was a great turnout.
Wow. Yeah.
We filled more than a grocery cart of donated dog food and other treats items. And they use that. They have a little pantry to help pet owners who may not be able to afford pet food that month. So it was another way, I think, that we're helping keep food and related items accessible, that member owners are doing that, because it was actually a pet food drive that took place that day. And then the best part of the story probably is that 3 out of 4 of the puppies got adopted.
That's awesome.
So there was a really like happy outcome to that as well.
Mm-hmm. So when's the next one coming?
Next Sunday, I believe it. I'd have to look at the date. Apologize that I don't have that on me.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it usually falls on a Sunday.
Yeah, and so our social media also has it. Anytime we're doing events and stuff like that, we put it out there.
I'll see if we can do the research and find that.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, social's a great place. If you haven't already, follow the co-op on Instagram or Facebook. Those are the 2 channels I think that our Kiana posts on the most. But that's a great way to stay up to date on all the events that are happening.
Yeah. That's good.
And if you become a member, you can also become part of our news outreach cycle. So we send out our emails and stuff just to give a heads up, this is what's going on at the co-op. Mm-hmm. But you also get sneak peeks at new stuff that's coming, especially for new food products and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Always fun.
Yeah. No, I as a member, I really appreciate like kind of the openness of like the way the progress of the store is going, you know, and it kind of goes to show like, hey, this is where we are and this is where we need to be. Come and shop here, you know.
4th Sunday, so June
Fourth
26th,
Sunday?
2 to 3:45 p.m.
Nice.
Ups on the patio.
Fun.
Yes. We didn't even talk about the grocery gad.
No, another fun event that we have going on here.
Yeah.
Monday nights, you can come and get with the rest of your members who are all joining. It's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Yeah,
walk.
1 to 2 mile walk. Yeah.
Yeah, where you get to chat, have fun, catch up, get to meet people, and then come back here and sample more product once you're done with it. So just a fun little outdoor entertainment.
That's on Mondays?
Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Nice.
Meets at the store weekly. You don't have to pre-register or sign up. Just grab some walking shoes or comfortable shoes and plan for a little walk around. And they pick different routes around the community.
Yeah.
So they've walked along the river walk. They've walked to the library. I think they've done one maybe through the university, or they're planning to do one. And they're trying to organize, Marlo, you might be a good person for this. They're trying to organize like a celebrity walker each week. So to just give people the chance to meet some folks within the community that they may not get to meet otherwise. So, and it's led by 2 member owners, Chris Arnold and Mary Weeder are leading it, and they've got great energy and great fun. So, oh, hello. We're pausing for a photo op.
Speaking of celebrities.
Right. Local celebrities. Liz Redmond from Thunderbird Bakery just popped by. So Grocery Gad it's a fun, it's great energy. It's nice opportunity to chat with some other member owners. I remember talking to a community group a while ago about, physical activity and what are the things that would make it easier to get in more physical activity. And sometimes people said, sometimes I just want to go for a walk, but I don't want to go by myself. It would be more fun if I had someone to chat with. So this is kind of that opportunity to have somebody to chat with if you want to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Get some steps in.
For sure. Speaking of talking, we're right next to the chatty checkout.
We are next to the chatty checkout.
That's something that's also unique to the co-op here, right?
100% unique to this co-op. In fact, to our knowledge, and we don't know this, someone might write to us after they see this and say it's not true, but to our knowledge, we're the only chatty checkout in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, this was an idea that we saw in a European grocery store that was trying this, but it came out, the idea for it and the support for it came from the Women's Fund of the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation. About 10 years ago, they did, as part of their 10th anniversary, they did some research with 10 different groups of people, most, young women, older women, college women, dads of daughters, kind of a range. And one of the things that they learned through that research was that people are more isolated than they have ever been. And I think we all felt during COVID that problem got worse, not better.
Sure.
And we know that during COVID there were people who the visit to the grocery store might have been the only other people they saw during the week. So the chatty checkout was really a concept of, for people who may not have enough social connections in their life, can we at least make this experience an intentionally slow lane at the grocery store where somebody greets you and asks you about your day, and it will take the time. If you want to talk about the Packers, or you want to talk about the Brewers, or you want to talk about the Bucks or the Herd or the Glow, or whoever, you want to talk about the weather, you want to talk about what's happening in the news, this is the lane for you. So it's just a new concept, a way to say this is going to be a different shopping experience.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think it's proven. I think people are intrigued by the concept, right? So.
Well, it's kind of like the uniqueness also of the stores. I mean, you see a lot of familiar faces, right? And you start to begin to say like, hey, JD, what's going on? Good to see you. And then have those little passing conversations and just kind of make it so personable.
Well, and it gets more to that. Most of the members and just people that are day-to-day coming in shopping, they're here with their family. So like a single mom with the kids, like that's a big deal. And then to remember who they are and to talk to them and then know what's going on, birthday celebrations, anything like that, that's what people are looking for that special feel of making them comfortable and wanting to come here and being, again, part of that community.
Yeah. I mean, the importance of like that kind of impact that it has, right? Like, at Manila, like we try to remember our regular guests and, interacting them, and just being able to catch up with them whenever they visit, So I just, taking some experiences from going to some grocery stores, not to name them, but it's kind of weird, like a lot of times I'm going out of the way to be like, hey, how's it going? And they're just starting to scan. It's just like they're just going through the motions and stuff. There's no connection there, you know what I mean?
Well, and I think if we look, other people have talked about this over the course of this project, but if we look back in history, Oshkosh used to have a lot of small grocery stores, and I think there probably was more of that connectedness.
Yeah.
You maybe had more of a connection to either the person who was bringing the food in, or the person, or even the people who were supplying, and then that kind of we've moved away from that societally. With a lot more large chain or corporately owned stores and a lot less local ownership. We're lucky that we still do have some other locally owned stores here. But I think that vibe and that feeling is different. And so I think that's something that the team here is doing an amazing job. I mean, they're very open to chatting with people and providing product. And I think creating that sense of welcome is important.
For sure. I posted a little question, on Facebook.
Oh, good.
A couple people responded. Let's see if anybody did. Kelly Matthews.
Kelly Matthews, who is our second board president, yes,
Yeah.
and has been a very active volunteer. Kelly's the person who, if you become a member owner, will write to you personally and send you your membership card. She's done that for years, and she's just does a great job of, I think, creating that sense of welcome.
Nice. She just wanted us to remind people that they don't have to be members to shop here.
I'm so glad she did that. Kelly, you're so smart, because we have made it this far into the show and we haven't talked about that yet. It's probably the number one question that we get, and I think it might be a number one barrier that people have in their minds that causes them to drive by without stopping, is they think people think of membership now like membership to a warehouse store where you can't check out if you're not a member. Here, that's not the case. Everyone's welcome to shop. We love having people who are members and non-members in the store. Membership is really just about ownership and who owns the store, so really important.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, like if you go to, not to use names, but, Sam's or Costco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a difference. So it's important for us to continue to spread the word. Do you get that question? Does the team here get the question?
We do. Well, and we're always asking at the checkout not to try and like force it on you, but more of to,
Well,
if you are a member, making sure that you're getting credit for being a member here. But yes, all the time. Any people that are coming in, that's usually the first thing that they ask of, it's okay that I'm here, right? And we're like, of course, we're encouraging you. Bring more people. Come and see what we're all about. And it's true. Being part of an actual member here, there's a lot of cool things that you get to do. The socialization is the best part of it. But you don't even have to do that to be part of things here, like the Pups on the Patio event that we were talking about. You don't have to be a member. Just come, enjoy it, meet the puppies, and have fun with the family and community.
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, how's the college community been?
We are getting more people.
Okay.
In fact, just hired a college student that's right here, which was exciting. Ended
Perfect.
up being a local shopper, loved the place so much, she filled out an application and wanted to start, which I think is incredible and cool. And if we can continue to build that and get them excited about it, especially now that COVID restrictions and the college are they're still there, but nothing as bad as what it was. Getting them excited and knowing that we're literally in walking distance for them, healthy food options that you're not going to get. Sadly, too many times in a college environment, the students are living off of a deep-fried, terrible diet that,
Right.
They don't know any better because it's the first time that they're out into the environment of figuring it out for themselves. What a great way to come learn about it and see that there is an amazing co-op grocery store that's right here in the community in walking distance, and you can get educated on food and have fun with it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think I've spoke in a college class at the end of the semester, and one of the things that I think we sometimes forget is college students may have different dietary needs as well. So some of the students in the class were really excited to hear like gluten-free options and plant-based options and things like that for food allergies. So I think the more the word begins to spread, the stronger our potential connections will be there. So
Yeah.
important to continue to get out the word.
Definitely.
So if you know a college student, mention that this is here.
How do you have to be to work in a grocery store?
Our youngest employee right now is 16, so you can be in high school, and that's obviously labor laws and restrictions, that's all put into place and depending on where.
Okay.
But you can be a cashier coming up here. I think the youngest we've hired was 15, which was Maddie, and now she's 16. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing they have to do at checkout, if they're not 18, then they can't check out people with alcohol, right?
And we always have a manager on duty, so
Yeah.
that's at least a benefit with that. There's no issues. Nice thing, you can come through chatty checkout and have a chat while you're waiting, but it doesn't take that long to get through.
Well, that's one section we didn't talk about yet. The local offerings that we have here for beer. Are there any local wine? Yeah.
Yep, we
Yeah,
have
okay.
local wine, local beer, quite a few local breweries, and then we also just launched actual local Wisconsin liquor,
Nice.
different liqueurs. So
Yeah.
it's nice because you can come here, learn about it. Doug, who's in charge of that whole section, he's very knowledgeable. So if you want to come again, chat, learn about it, get educated, and knowing that it's all coming from the local community of Wisconsin, it's pretty cool to know that we have all of that here in Wisconsin.
I was kind of excited to see that post when it came through. I saw some brands, it's kind of fun sometimes to go on a little tour of different places, and I saw some brands where, ooh, I recognize that. That's fun. They're in La Crosse, or ooh, they're in Door County, and being able to check out and find them locally.
Yeah.
So
That's the cool thing. It's all right here.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin.
exactly, and I think Wisconsin has such a great tradition of food, and we sometimes lose sight of, how much innovation there really is that happens here, and how much creativity there is that happens here. So I think it's just a fun way. It's fun gifts. It's just fun to see that stuff. So.
And along with some other beverages, you still have that tap for the
Kombucha?
Yeah.
We do.
Nice.
Yeah, and cool that you can come here. You can get it right off tap, do it yourself with the glass bottles, or we also have local kombucha makers who sell their product here too. So it's cool to have that as an option as well. And then knowing that, again, it's going back to local community of supporting that. And who doesn't love kombucha?
Right.
That's good.
It is. It is. And I think kind of fresh on the tap is a differentiator. It's kind of a fun thing. And to know that it's supporting another local business. That's one of the things that I don't think we always talk about enough, like the ripple effect of supporting a local business. Other co-ops have been able to do some research around this. And when you shop a co-op and, because there's so many local vendors who are supported, it's anywhere between your dollar that you spend turns into anywhere from $1.60 to $8, depending on the level of local that's in that store. So those are dollars that recirculate in our community. They help build businesses here, keep jobs here, help people expand and grow. So that's why this matters, and making choices to support a local, the co-op's locally owned, but a lot of the businesses who are suppliers are locally owned, and they're employing local people as well who are, probably friends, family, coworkers, neighbors. So shopping here has that double dip effect, or that multiplier effect, probably not double dip, but multiplier effect of helping this store, but also helping others.
Mm-hmm.
If you think from a supply chain standpoint, you go to more chain type grocery stores, they're having issues with keeping their shelves stocked. With us working with the local community, the local purveyors, we're not having that issue. So it's nice being able to capitalize on that, of knowing that, yes, those dollars are staying in the community. We're helping build it and thrive it, but we're also making sure that when you're coming here and having your experience, you're able to get the products that you're looking for on our shelves.
Yeah. Yep. Then my wife chimed in.
Thanks, Patricia.
Yeah. She says, I saw a thread with tons of comments in one of the Oshkosh Facebook pages, one of the groups there. It seems that there is a lot of concern over pricing. Like, how do we address that to those people that are, have concerns about, I guess, staying within their budgets and stuff?
Well, coming and seeing the place first, not just going off of perception, because that was part of the reset of making sure that the more affordable products are at eye level. So when you're coming in here, knowing that you can still shop, get all your necessities and basic needs that you need, but then also looking at the local vendors that we have. Like I mentioned previously about the local produce, it's very affordable coming in here, and knowing that you are getting that tomato, going back to it, of a product that was just picked from the local farm right here. It's going to last a lot longer. It's that freshness level for it, and it's not any different than going to one of the chain grocery stores around here for pricing for that. So it's really just knowing what you're looking for, coming in, we can help educate you on that, and then knowing that everything is in eye level of the more affordable products.
And I would also say that the Food for All program is another thing that people want to keep in mind then, because for folks who earn up to 200% of that federal poverty level, I mean, this is a great way to also get a discount on products and make sure that it is accessible. So I think part of the strategy to address those concerns was really making sure we have a product mix that covers the range. It has our everyday low price items, which are called co-op basics, up to more premium products. So trying to have a mix, that was number one. And that was part of the store reset. I think number two is really around making sure that the people who may need a little bit more assistance were accessible through Food for All. So just spreading the word about that and helping us ensure that people who would benefit from that program and want to take part in that program have access to it and know about it.
Awesome. Well, we're coming up just in about an hour here.
Oh,
yeah.
That flew by.
Right?
Right.
Are there any shout outs that you want to give out to anybody that could be listening or watching right now?
Well, I always want to shout out the staff team here. I think that they are doing just an incredible job every day to research and find products that maybe member owners or other shoppers have requested and want to see on the shelves. They do a great job of greeting guests, making people feel welcome. it's just a really energetic, passionate team of people who really believe in the mission of the store and in helping the community. And so I'd want to give them a shout out. I'd want to give a shout out to all of the member owners, because I think that that's the group that invested in this idea into making this happen. And that took, some vision from people to do that. And so I'd want to shout them out.
Yeah.
I have to piggyback on the employees here. I have never felt more welcome with a team. And knowing that we're all learning this together, because if you think about it, the store is just coming up on its first year anniversary of being open, and that's an incredible milestone in itself.
Yeah.
But the team has literally been here from day one, working so hard to try and make sure that what the co-op is what it needs to be out in the community, and I couldn't be more happy that I have them as such an amazing team.
That's great. So when is 1 year? It's
July 22nd was the first day, so we've got about 6 weeks until we hit
coming up.
that marker.
Yeah.
I know COVID time is weird, right?
Yeah.
Like we lost some time in there due to like Delta and Omicron, but that's all in the past now. So
Yeah.
let's hope.
We do have some pretty cool celebration stuff that's coming up, about to be announced, so
Ooh.
look forward to it. Social media, it'll be
Drum
blasting
roll.
on, right? And it'll be a whole weekend event, so we're pretty excited to launch that and get people excited and here to help celebrate.
Very good. So yeah, be sure to follow Oshkosh Food Co-op, Facebook, Instagram. Sign up for can they sign up for the emails and stuff on the
Sure
website?
can.
Yep, absolutely.
It's just OshkoshFoodCoop. Is it .com?
Yep.
.com? Okay.
OshkoshFoodCoop.com. Yep.
Right on.
Shoot us a message via social, connect in whatever way. Come into the store.
Right?
Grab an events calendar. Join the grocery gad.
Yeah.
Mark your calendar for pups on the patio.
That sounds like fun.
Seriously, bring the kids.
Yeah.
They will have a good time, I think.
Oh, they'll love it. And then they'll be like, oh, can we take
You don't have
him
to.
or her home?
You can, you know what? It's held monthly, so we'll come back and visit. Next month is also an answer
There
if
you
you're
go.
not quite ready for a pup. Like, don't let that be the fear factor.
Yeah.
Although,
Excellent.
wouldn't a puppy be good?
It would be. I don't know if we're quite ready for it, though.
I said the same thing, so no
Yeah.
worries there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm super happy that we were able to do this.
Thanks for doing this. It was great to be able to nerd out and talk about the co-op and community and
Yeah.
all the people who are helping make this happen.
Anytime you guys want to hop back on and share some word about what's going on here or
We'll hold
anything,
you to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I was even, thinking of some cool ideas that we could do together in terms of just kind of help with the further educational pieces of what the co-op is all about.
Awesome. That's great. We should talk more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that celebrityness might come in handy here with you.
Exactly. Host of the Barcata podcast.
Right.
I did have an idea. Wanted to run it past you. I thought it'd be cool to invite, different restaurants here and kind of utilize like the supplies and stuff that are available here. So
Oh.
like off the top of my mind right now, I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool to do like a dish like from Manila.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
a co-op sushi roll or something, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Am I following the?
Yeah, I think all the ingredients are here for that. But for like chicken adobo, like or pork adobo,
Yeah.
like we could do that, and then we can have like a demo / taste testing,
Yeah.
for people, and to also have like a little note or something that says, oh, you can find these items here
That's
in like whatever
awesome.
aisle, you know what I mean, and then you can make it at home.
What about thoughts of you against another celebrity chef in the area from a competing restaurant using
Ooh.
product that we decide in the store that's local and then doing a cook-off from it?
Ooh, there's a challenge.
Mic drop. Bring it. Boom.
Yeah.
I love your idea of engaging some of the local restaurants. I think that could be really cool. And it would showcase some of the things that you can do with product. Because I think, people are always looking for new product ideas, new recipes, new like what can I try? So that's cool. Great idea.
Yeah, we'll have to do
We
that.
should talk more about that. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff that we can all be doing, right?
Okay, cool. That's great. Great. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's the big thing. I think the message is like, keep the ideas coming. And if you want to volunteer to help, you know, like you're saying, like, hey, here's something we could do. I think that's the piece about this being community owned. There's a place for everyone who has an idea and has a thought about how we can help. Sometimes it's just sharing the idea, like we need a bike rack, or, you know, we want to get put on this map that attracts bikers, or whatever the case might be. Share the idea. If you've got time, share your time. Whatever it is, we can all work together to help make the store successful over the long term. We've got the challenge of the bridge right now, so we're really asking people, like, how can you help us, and what can you help us do?
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks
All
for
right.
the ideas, Marlo,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
and the
We'll
conversation.
keep them going. Yeah, and for all those people, you know, for all of you listening, watching, like, send feedback in.
Yeah, please do.
And
Please
if
do.
there's a product that you know, you don't see on the shelf that you would like to see,
Yeah.
it works. I've done it, and they put it on the shelf, you know, so it's awesome.
Well, and if you haven't been here yet, come check us out, because we
Yes.
would be glad to give you a tour and show you
Yes.
what we're all about.
Yep.
And for those that have come here, you know, kind of in the early stages, come back again, because it's quite different.
I think that's a really good reminder. Like, just because you've been here once, we really invite you to come back and check it out, and then give us your feedback, because we are always looking to improve, and everyone here wants to hear that. So
Yeah, excellent.
yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, thanks again, and we'll do this again, right?
All right, sounds good. We'll look forward to it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening and watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Barcata Podcast. Later.